Hello everyone. In this segment, we shall look into the concept of series of radial veins. We specifically calculate work done per second and efficiency of veins which are arranged in series combination. The prerequisite for this segment is the concept of velocity triangles, uh, which is already discussed in the case of a radial vein. So series of radial veins, how do they look? They look like this. So the arrangement of series of radial veins on a wheel, and they'll have two radius. The radius outlet radius is R1 and inlet radius is R2. And the way with which the jet strikes is somewhere here. We call this segment as inlet and outlet. First, one has to draw the tangents at inlet as well as outlet. So parallel to this tangent, we draw the velocity triangles. And whenever we consider the case of series of radial veins, we must need to understand the concept of novelty of angular speed. If omega is angular speed of the wheel, and if R1 and R2 are radii of the wheel at the inlet and outlet of the vane respectively, then we can easily calculate U1 and U2. If you remember, in the case of a single radial vane, U1 and U2 and U were one and the same. Now, U1 is not equals to U2 just for the fact that there are two radii, there are two radius, and the way with which the vane behaves at inlet and outlet are completely different owing to the variation of radii. So U1 can be calculated as omega into R1 and U2 equals to omega into R2, where omega, as already has been stated, is an angular speed. R1 and R2 are radii of the wheel, where R1 is more than R2. Obviously, U1 will be more than U2. So, as we have solved the other cases, we just move further with the same concepts of mass per second. So, just the difference is we just need to move from the angular cases to the linear cases. Mass of water striking per second for a series of veins is mass of water issuing from the nozzle per second. So, it's rho into A into V1. But in the earlier cases, it was rho into A into relative velocity VR1. But at time, one or the other vanes will be in contact to the jet, hence it is V1. So what is V1? V1 is velocity of the jet at inlet, and A is area of the jet. Momentum of water striking the vanes, and we specify in the tangential direction. That means in this direction, we do not call it as a horizontal direction. This edge is AD is parallel to the tangent, so this is the direction which is called as tangential direction. So rho into A into V1 is mass per second. Momentum of water striking, mass per second into velocity is momentum per second. So it is momentum of water striking the vanes per second is m per second into V. So V is VW1. Similarly, the momentum of water per second at outlet is again mass per second into velocity at outlet. So velocity which is in the tangential direction at outlet is VW2, but it is in the opposite direction to what has been assumed conventionally, and that's why it is minus VW2. So ultimately it is minus rho into A into V1 into VW2. Now what we have calculated in the previous two steps is momentum. So force is rate of change of momentum. So angular momentum per second at inlet is the one which we'll calculate. So these were the linear momentums, and we'll calculate the angular momentum now. So angular momentum per second at inlet is its momentum what we have calculated into radius at inlet. So it's omega momentum at inlet into radius. So it's rho into A into V1 into VW1 is the momentum at inlet into R1. Similarly, we also calculate the angular momentum per second at outlet, and that's equals to minus rho A V1 into VW2 into R2. Okay. Now our aim is to calculate work done per second, which is almost similar to what we had stated in the earlier cases. Okay. So it is omega work done per second on the wheel is omega into torque. T is the torque. Okay. Yes. So torque exerted by the water on the wheel. Moment we calculate torque, we can multiply it by the omega. Omega is the speed. So torque is rate of change of angular momentum. So what is torque? Torque is rate of change of angular momentum. Remember, we have calculated angular momentum. It's just to calculate rate of change of angular momentum now. So rate of change of angular momentum is initial angular momentum per second minus final angular momentum per second. So what are the things which we calculated in the earlier steps where momentum per second? So it's initial minus final, and we have already calculated anything and everything related to per second. Yes. So torque is rho into A into V1 into VW1. Momentum into R1 is angular momentum minus of final angular momentum per second. Okay. Now minus of minus is plus. VW1 R1, VW2 R2, except that rho A V1 is common. I'll just take rho into A into V1 as a common factor. And if you just observe, yes, we are in a way to calculate work done per second, where the torque is this. Torque is rho into A into V1 into VW1 into R1 plus VW2 into R2. So work done per second is torque into omega. So rho into A into V1 into VW1 into R1 plus VW2 into R2 is torque into omega. Correct. So I'll multiply omega inside. Okay, I'll multiply omega here. Now you get some more other terms, and the terms are omega into R1. So what is omega into R1 within the bracket? Omega into R1, omega into R2. Omega into R1 is U1, omega into R2 is U2. So that is what which is stated here. Okay. So work done per second has a general notations in this case of a series of radial vanes, and that is rho into A into V1, VW1 U1 plus or minus VW2 U2. Now this plus or minus, it changes with respect to the conditions. If beta is obtuse, it's minus VW2 U2. If beta is 90 degrees, you don't have a term called VW2, so entire second term will be 0. So rho A V1 into VW1 into U1, and that is equals to work done per second. And on the other hand, if you are interested to calculate efficiency, efficiency is work done per second divided by kinetic energy per second. And work done per second is rho A V1 VW1 U1 plus or minus VW2 U2 divided by half rho into A into V1 into V1 square. Now we can cancel out mass per second terms here. So this would be the final version. And as and when the time permits, you can just simplify the numerator term of work done per second, and you can substitute the value for kinetic energy per second, and this is how you can calculate efficiency of radial curved vanes. So there is a direct correlation with what we have seen in a single radial vane and what we have solved now, the series of radial vanes. Just the thing is, you need to practice. Thank you.